Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to my channel. So 15 years ago, when I was in college, I was told it's okay even if you waste first 3 years of college. Just in the final year, spend a lot of time doing data structures, algorithms, competitive programming, and you will end up in a job. Honestly, that happened, but I regret not doing anything in the first 3 years. Innovative, building things, building applications. Unfortunately, it's the same even today. After 15 years, things have not changed. Still, it's only data structures, it's only competitive programming, and we all lack real time application understanding. I always wanted to make video on this. I always wanted to educate people on this that there are world of opportunities outside. Fortunately, today I'm at GitHub Universe. I met bunch of college students who are actually doing great. And talking to them, I felt like, okay, this is the right time. Probably I should talk about it. Now, with 500,000 subscribers, even if I'm not doing it today, probably it's no point, or probably, I'm misusing this opportunity. So, in this video, I have Faika with me. So, Faika is a GitHub campus expert. She is CNCF ambassador, working in a top product based startup, and all of this from contributing to open source, building networking, talking to right minds, gaining practical understanding of applications. So let's talk to Faika and understand the other world of opportunities. Hello, Faika.
Hi, Abhishek.
So, can you introduce yourself to our subscribers?
Yeah, so hi, folks. I'm Faika Ansari, and right now I'm here at GitHub Universe in San Francisco. I am a college going graduate, and currently I'm working as a software developer for a startup based out of United States remotely. And I'm also doing a couple lot of things with GitHub, with CNCF, and with Microsoft, and several other organizations. Yeah, that's pretty much about myself.
That's awesome. So, what did you do different? Because I was even talking before this to our subscribers that usually it's a cycle that people start with data structures, algorithms. They spend a lot of time CPP. It's a vicious cycle. So, how is it in your case? Because you are at GitHub Universe, you are in a top product based startup.
I mean, absolutely. So you're very correct about a lot of us, especially when we are based out of India, have been coming into the field of engineering, not straight out of passion, but also because of peer pressure and things. But that's completely okay. We also end up doing the same thing what everyone else is doing without figuring out what we actually want to do. And technology is vast. It's not just about data structures and algorithm. It's not just about CPP and all the oops and programming and all those stuff. There is so much more in technology. There are so many different domains in technology. There is Web3, there is AI, there is XR, and programming is just one part of it. So I think that was one thing I realized very much initially in the beginning of my college years, that if there is so many things, why do I have to do the same thing over and over again? So I, of course, also did DSA, but what extra I did was I tried to explore almost every other field. So when I started out in my college, I tried to do hundreds of DMs to hundreds of startups and companies, asking them if I can work with them for free. Okay. So I tried out XR. I was doing a random internship in a company, really good startup, which was working for mixed reality and those kind of things. I also worked with some companies and startups which were in tech. So I was trying to see how things are going on that end in front of DSA, in terms of DSA and things like that. And I also at times took course with Web3. And then I also got into this program called as GitHub Campus Expert, which was mind blowing because this program sort of gave me the spark to start contributing to open source. Because as a campus expert, I was supposed to advocate for open source. And that was one reason I started thinking about open source. Like, okay, what is this thing? I really want to do it. I started creating my GitHub account, and I started exploring projects. And that was where the whole journey
Things
actually
started
flipped.
for you.
Yeah, the whole journey flipped.
But when exactly was it? Like, is it in your second year of college, first year of college? When was this?
Yeah, so the exploration started in the first year of my college. During my exploration, I was also someone who was doing DSA religiously every day, going on lead code, solving problems. But by the beginning of second year or mid second year, I started applying to programs like GitHub Campus Expert. I got into the program, And then I started doing open source.
Okay, so but like usually this does not come in the very first year of college.
Yeah.
A lot of people very lately they think about, okay, if not data structures and algorithms, what else are the options?
Right.
But what made you think about this in the very first year, and how did you actually find this out?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the biggest reason was, obviously I've been always hearing this quote that you have to get out of the rat race. There's a very interesting thing about this as well. So what happened is I was initially a medical student.
Okay.
Yeah. Sort of. So I was like preparing for my NEET examination, and I was always against engineering in general because I don't know. I just felt everyone's doing engineering out of the like just coming out of peer pressure or that and things like that. So I felt I want to do something different, and that same thing hit me when I was in my college. I ended up in engineering, by the way, because I did not score very well to get a government medical college. So so when I got into engineering, I sort of saw everyone around me was doing DSA. And because everyone does DSA, you can understand if everyone is doing it. So the competition automatically skyrockets. So that is, of course, the case. So I tried to do DSA, but I somewhat felt that I also wanted to explore other technologies and see things on infrastructure level, on other levels, or other grounds and things like that. And I also wanted to incentivize those things. So that was where I got introduced to open source projects. And one of the largest open source project out there, which is Kubernetes, is what I sort of joined in the second year of my college. And the community was very welcoming.
No, I personally feel this. See, you contributed to Kubernetes.
Yeah.
I personally feel a lot of college students out there can do it, because if you can crack data structures and algorithms, if you can be
Absolutely.
a 7-star coder on
Okay.
XYZ platforms,
Yeah.
why not you go to a project which is real-time project where real things are happening, you interact with people across the globe.
Yeah.
What do you think is missing? Is it lack of awareness about these programs?
Absolutely. I think that's a very good point that you have put forward. So I think all of us as students have the potential to get here, to get everything I've ever had. And it's absolutely the awareness that's lacking out there on their forefront. So awareness does not comes walking to you. You have to go out there to, find it. So that is something which people in college are lacking. So I think that is definitely something we should work on. What I used to do is I used to explore a lot. Like I used to do so much of exploration, tapping on Google, trying out, searching out things, asking people. When I see someone do something, I just go ask them. And if they answer me, I'm also supposed to take action. So that those things are very important. I get hundreds of DMs every day asking me, how are you at Universe at a fully sponsored trip by GitHub? So I will answer them, but then they have to take the next step towards actually making something or creating something that will bring them here. So,
to me personally, it's not about, like, obviously these are all perks of doing uh, additional contributions. You are at GitHub Universe, this is a perk. But what I truly feel, the value that you get from these events. Yesterday I was also there. You were talking to the founder of GitHub or co-founder of GitHub.
Yeah.
And you were interacting with maybe top 100 minds in San Francisco. I don't think a lot of students get these opportunities. I see this as a great addition that you get from these events or contributions or programs.
Absolutely.
And okay, so this was about GitHub Universe, but I wanted to understand what other opportunities did you explore, and how did those opportunities reward you?
Okay, absolutely. So this is a very interesting question. I would love to reflect back on the whole timeline that I've came through.
Yeah.
So I think, like I already mentioned, I started with DSA, but that was something that happened. But later on, I started applying to programs. So go out there, apply to programs. There are so many programs for students, just meant for students. And when these programs are just meant for students, they are already very exclusive and you can get in. Right. So all that you have to do is show your curiosity. You don't need to have the skill. It's not that you need to be really a next level coder or something to get into these things. You just need to show the right curiosity and the right mindset, the right empathy, and people will see it and you will definitely be in. So what I did was I applied to several programs and fortunately I got in. So speaking of, let's start with Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador being one of those programs. So Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, I am a gold Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. And as a part of that program, when I was selected, I got several benefits. I got to speak with people a lot internally in Microsoft. They at times used to be out there talking with us, helping us with our queries. They got us free access to Azure resources, and we got free access to Azure credits. We can host our things. We can explore that. We got a lot of other opportunities like collaborating with people globally.
Inside information.
Yeah,
You talk to
absolutely.
them.
We used to get product insights and things which were not even out yet, but we can demo it and things like that.
Awesome.
And we also sort of found the really talented pool of community who would come with us and participate in hackathons, would do projects with us, and go to apply for more things with us. So it just, it's just like a funnel. You just enter it and then you're entering a lot of more opportunities.
Exactly.
And eventually you will be the next thing. So that is first.
And even what I noticed is few people are aware of these programs, but again, they end up looking at the top layer or the creamy layer where everyone wants to get into GitHub. They want to become a GitHub campus expert, or they want to become a Docker captain. But it doesn't have to be that. Like if you're truly, let's say you're truly interested in ARM, they have a program.
Yeah.
Right? If you're interested in Redis, why not get into the Redis community? Talk to the people out there. Maybe you can be the first student ambassador.
Right.
So it's more about thinking in this way that you don't only have to do data structures. Okay, that's also good, but maybe like also explore these opportunities.
Right, that's a very right point. So a lot of us, like as students, we think it's a very big thing to reach out to someone and ask them if there is an opportunity or a door, but there is always a door out there. So be it Google, GitHub, Microsoft, anywhere, there is a door for you. For example, if you want to interact more closely with Microsoft products and things like that, there is Microsoft Launchpad Ambassador. When it comes to GitHub, there is GitHub Campus Expert. When it comes to Google, there is Google Developer Students Group. So there's always something. You just need to have an open eye, like, and just go explore. You'll find something.
Yeah, maybe you should build this mindset, and that is another reason why we are doing this video. To also talk about it. And can you also talk a little bit about your journey? How did you get into Equity, which is one of my interested companies? So how did you reach there?
Yeah, so I think Equity, it was of course through a normal application form that I got into it, but the journey of building the profile that gets you in was more interesting, of course. So I think the top reason that they hired me was my open source portfolio.
Open source, okay.
Yeah, so I've been doing open source contribution for a very long time now, and that sort of built my profile, that built my network. I was building in public, I was coding in public, so that automatically gets me the right set of people, the right set of mindset and opportunities. And that was one big reason that Equity was able to see me amongst all the other applicants.
Apart from open source, did these programs, like I know that you have also been to the CNCF events, your KubeCons and all. So were they also helpful to you in some way in terms of exposure or
very much helpful? So I'm also a CNCF ambassador, and being a CNCF ambassador comes up with a lot of exposure to the leaders community that is around in and around cloud native. So that sort of definitely helped me to get into Equity at some point, because Equity is also a Kubernetes native startup. So yeah, that definitely helped. But CNCF ambassador program is not just for students, but it is still open to students. So it's like that way.
So now when you look back, in all this 4 years of journey, is there a point where you regret that, I did not spend a lot of time like others on maybe competitive programming, or, maybe I wasted some time attending these conferences, or is it more rewarding than that?
Yeah, so again, it's a very good question. I think 4 years ago, or the 4 years ago, FICA would have said something like that. Why did I did medical? Why was I studying biology and things like that? But ever since I entered like the whole software engineering field, I think everything you do in tech will some or the other way complement the next thing that you would do.
Okay.
So even though I was doing DSA religiously at some point of my time, and it's not something I use very much because I'm not working at Google or Amazon. But it somewhat build the resilience and build the patience in me that is helping me eventually. So I don't think so I regret anything, but yeah, it also comes down to when a lot of people take conferences as just a place where you come chill and things, but you need to really make sure when you're here, you have to do the right set of networking.
I was about to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because, we were there, we are here from yesterday, and I have been seeing that you are talking to a lot of people, the curiosity, you are talking to founders, you have been interviewing people. So I think it's also about that curiosity that you just don't attend to these conferences to just maybe pick up some swags, but instead look this as an opportunity to network, maybe network like this, or network with founders, network with creators.
My first biggest technical conference was in 2023 in Chicago. So that time I was very young. I was like, I think second year of college or something. I don't remember. But I was so young. I obviously had this thing. I want as many swags I can. But at the same time, a lot of my mentors also told me this. And I also had this in my mind that I need to really build my network. This is the place to build my network. And I am not gonna lie, definitely it has helped me a lot after that in terms of applying to more talks, in terms of getting into panels, in terms of getting more opportunities. After that, I got almost 2 to 3 internships right after attending those conferences and through those networks. So I've worked with a lot of startups before I joined the one that I'm working with right now.
Awesome. I mean, this is also interesting to understand because, a lot of times people think, okay, she got into this company. Maybe it's because of luck that, she is attending these conferences. Someone she might have bumped into randomly and they got this opportunity. So it's also important for me to ask you this. How many opportunities did you get before joining Equity or after joining Equity? Is there a number that you remember?
I think I'm very glad. Like Alhamdulillah, I had a lot of opportunities and like I had offers. I did had multiple offers. I would not say it was purely luck, but I would not even say it was just purely skills. I think it was a mixture of both.
Yeah, it's always.
Yeah. I think I applied to so many companies that I got so many offers. That was one reason. And and like you pointed out that maybe it's just entirely luck that she's getting into everything, but luck works once, twice, thrice.
Exactly.
But I have been doing this for almost 4 years and it is constantly happening. So I would say it's not all entirely luck. Definitely luck plays a role at point because I've seen a lot of great minds not being able to get there, but it's also the ability to strategize the whole thing.
Everything probably.
Yeah.
You get opportunities only when all things align. So probably it's bit of luck, it's bit of networking, it's bit of your skills.
Yeah, it's a bit of hard work.
Hard
Like
work.
hard work does play a role. A lot of us are like demeaning it for a long time, like for some time now. But I think hard work does play a role. I have got so many rejections also. It's not that it's always
it's
all
always
green.
And the reason why I ask this question is again, people think if I do a lot of data structures alone, ignoring real-time project, ignoring real-time applications, I'll get a lot of opportunities. But I also want to say that even this way, you get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I think people really need to understand that if everyone is doing the same thing, you need to think out of the box.
Exactly.
You need to think more because now everyone is doing the same thing. You need to think something ahead of it, and that's one thing you have to do everywhere. It's not just in DSA, but also right now I'm seeing everyone in tech is talking about models, AI agents, MCP server. You have to think beyond it, and that's when you'll discover something new and you'll stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, so before we end this, I just want to ask you, what is your personal highest achievement in this entire journey? If I ask you one thing, do you remember, or do you have anything back of your mind?
I think getting into the startup that I'm working in right now, it used to be one of my dreams to work for a US-based startup, which is so good in terms of culture, in terms of opportunities, and in terms of mentors. So I would definitely say that is one of my highest achievements at this point. But success, I haven't achieved it yet because I personally think it'll always keep going ahead.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was definitely nice interacting with you.
Lovely, and those questions flew so well.
Yeah.
I really hope this helps some students out there.
And personally, I want people like you to make more content on this, like how do people get into these kind of programs. It's not only about programs, like the reason why I'm emphasizing a lot on these programs is because this is a thing that a lot of Indian students don't explore.
It's a door.
It's a door that a lot of people don't take. They have been taking that even right from I'm in my college, even now after 12 years, 13 years, things haven't changed. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation with you.
There is also one more thing: the amount of effort and the amount of hard work you are putting into doing DSA. If you are able to put at least half of the same thing into the applications that goes around to get into these programs, you'll definitely get somewhere you never expected. So
and
put the energy in the right direction is very important.
Yeah. And finally, I want to say this is not at all against DSA or something,
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, this is about talking about the other perspective.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's about thinking beyond just DSA. DSA has helped a lot in terms of problem solving and all the other stuff that it gives you.
Thanks, Faika.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, for having me.